What even is there to say at this point? Resident Evil 4 is by far the most fun Resident Evil game I've ever played, to the point where I literally beat the main campaign and the Separate Ways DLC within under 4 days. At first, I thought this game was just going to be a carbon copy of Resident Evil Village, but in third person with more action-oriented gameplay. Even though this game was 100% built off of Village, it is different enough from Village to not be considered the same game, even though it did copy every single story beat. This game's graphics are the best the series has ever been, and this game might just have one of the best parry mechanics in any video game. Unlike every other game in the series where the game allows you to jog faster, you can actually sprint in this game. Now, in smaller, cramped, less open-ended areas, they do a pretty good job in giving the player the illusion that they're running quickly and sprinting, especially when enemies are nearby, when in reality you're actually running slow as hell. More on that later. The Separate Ways DLC was so good that it literally felt like it could have been sold as its own Resident Evil game rather than a DLC. And on top of that, the DLC is only $10, which is insane. Okay, enough of me dick riding this game until it gets me pregnant. Let's start the video. Microtransactions in a single player game. Listen, Capcom, I love you guys to death. Right now, you guys are my favorite AAA gaming company at the moment, but this microtransaction shit in a single player game has gotta stop. You guys have been doing this crap since 2018 with Monster Hunter World. The more these microtransaction DLCs have been added to your games, the more useless they are. Why would I want to use my actual real life money to buy tickets to upgrade my weapons when I can literally just upgrade my weapons naturally throughout my playthrough so I can actually feel like I'm progressing?
September 30th, 1998. It's a day I'll never forget.
Here's a recap of a game you should have played before playing this one.
So tell me, Yankee, why did you come to this horrible place?
Not only did the president send just one man to look for his daughter, but the two patrols that are driving Leon don't even know why he's out here. This idiot decides to wander off in the middle of the woods all by himself with no protection, even though he knows that a lot of people have gone missing around here.
A lot of people have gone missing around here. And it's been that way for a while now.
Pressing E to crouch.
I read you.
These cops had radios on them the whole time? If that's the case, then why didn't the other cop try using the radio earlier before sending Leon out here?
I'll let myself out.
The Granados kidnapped the cop inside the truck, dragged him to the center of the village, then tied him to a cross and set him on fire for no reason. They could have just tried to kill him the second they found him like they tried to do with Leon back at the house.
Kill me for the repairs later.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
This is the line that every single fan of the original creamed in their pants about. This stands for anyone who thinks it's okay to harass a voice actor just because they didn't think they did the best job in voice acting a fictional character in a fucking video game. Now look, I do agree on some level that Lily Gao's performance as Ada Wong wasn't exactly the best. However, her performance as Ada Wong didn't hinder my experience with Resident Evil 4 or Separate Ways in the slightest. And to be honest, Lily Gao's performance as Ada Wong was actually pretty good in my opinion, and I actually wouldn't mind her being the voice of Ada from now on for future Resident Evil games. There are countless games that I have played that had even worse voice acting than this, with examples ranging from Heavy Rain, Life is Strange, The Quarry, Until Dawn, Forspoken, Saints Row reboot, the list goes on. Look, the point of the voice actor's job is to perform the role. It's okay to not like the voice actor's performance, but being mean-spirited towards the voice actors won't solve anything.
Sorry, what kind of a man leaves a lady?
There was nothing that pulled him up. Ada found this rope, attached it to Elise, then some invisible force pulled him up at the most convenient time possible.
I'm tracking him every step of the way.
Very well. Then I suggest you hurry.
Hey Wesker, glad to see you again. Strange how you're still alive after being impaled by that tyrant in the first Resident Evil game. Resident Evil turns into Metal Gear Solid. In the Separate Ways DLC, you'll be able to find and open this chest as Ada, even though in Leon's campaign the chest will be closed and have a different item in it. You introduced the title card in the second chapter of the DLC. That Granada was able to fall to her non-existent knees after her body was ripped in half from the explosion. Ada somehow knew ringing the church bell was going to make the Granados stop attacking Leon. Leon survives that.
Hey, stranger. So what are you buying?
Why the hell would a random dude at the merchant wander a village full of murderous Granados just to sell items and weapons to only 2 people? This merchant has the worst business strategy in the entire world. Where did he even get the items and weapons to sell to both Leon and Ada anyway? This window will still be intact in the Separate Ways DLC even if Leon broke through here in the main campaign. Ada is able to get into his barn in the Separate Ways DLC even though later in the main campaign Leon will still need Ashley's help to get inside. How convenient that some random Granado that randomly wandered in to kill Leon and Luis just so happens to have the key to unlock the cuffs. And if that Granado was sent to kill Leon and Luis, then what was the point in infecting Leon with Las Plagas? Someone built a house within a village where the only way to get into your bedroom to get a good night's sleep is to go downstairs to the closet, unlock the closet by solving a puzzle, grab Crystal Marble from said closet, and go back up to the bedroom and match the Crystal Marble with the imprint of a Plaga. There's no need to be coy about who this is when it's obviously Ada. This sentence for anyone who didn't help this dog while it was stuck in a bear trap. How is Sadler going to tell the Guanados to not kill any outsiders and that they should be judged for their trespassing when they not only attacked Leon at the beginning of the game, but also killed the 2 patrols that arrived with Leon? On top of that, Ada is also an outsider, and they often try to attack her in the Separate Ways DLC. So Mendez, after sparing Leon and seeing no reason to kill him because he was infected with Las Plagas, despite him still being very much of a threat and working against him and trying to save Ashley, leaves the house, decides to come back to the house for a few minutes and wait behind the door just to grab Ada and throw her to the floor. How did Mendez even get back inside the house and walk up the stairs without making any noise?
Looks like I gave them the slip.
Why is the metal gate locked in the Separate Ways DLC? Leon already came through here and found the metal piece to unlock the gate before he even arrived at the house, and you can fact check me on that. I know I'm not going crazy. Oh, so now the metal gate is unlocked. What makes this worse is that the Guanados and Chainsaw Man that were chasing Ada all of a sudden stopped chasing her. Let's just make this tower collapse for no reason other than to block the player's path. Random spawning enemies.
I've got some new items in stock. Got some rare things on sale, stranger.
No you don't. Earlier when Ada arrived at the church, there was a broken wheelbarrow blocking the path despite the door already being locked. When Leon arrives at the church, the broken wheelbarrow that was blocking the path is suddenly gone as if it was never there. The merchant built an entire shooting range for only 1 out of 2 of his customers throughout the entire game. It's also kinda weird how these shooting ranges appear in different locations as if the merchant somehow knew that Leon was going to end up there. And neither Leon nor anyone he's with at the time like Ashley or Louise questioned any of it. Now here's the part where I need to talk about Leon's movement speed. Remember when I said at the beginning of this video that in smaller, cramped, less open-ended areas, the game does a pretty good job of giving the player the illusion that Leon is running quickly when sprinting, but in reality he moves like a turtle? That's because for some unknown reason, Capcom made Leon's movement very sluggish, and the same thing can be said about Ada in the Separate Ways DLC. When Leon sprints on land, he's a snail, but when he sprints on water, he's suddenly faster than Sonic the Hedgehog. How does that even make sense? The hook was nowhere near Dar Largo, yet it was still able to hook onto the giant fish monster. Leon only has 3 spears inside the boat. Where the hell is he getting these infinite spears from?
Think you can swallow me whole, huh?
I mean, if you insist. This game's cutscenes and graphics look so damn good to the point where it almost looks CGI. If I showed this cutscene to a non-gamer who doesn't even know this game exists and told them that this was pre-rendered CGI, I think they would believe me. That dog is running as if his foot never got caught in a bear trap. Wesker shows up to the village for no reason, finds Ada unconscious, takes her back to the house, waits for her to wake up, and scolds her about wasting his time and calling her incompetent. The man says she finds Luis and fetches him the amber, then leaves into the island section of the game. This big Minotaur guy was chasing Ashley and Leon, but when the cutscene starts it's just a bunch of Guanados. The animation makes it look like Leon's grabbing Luis by his shirt when all he did was put his fist on his chest. This gameplay section with Leon and Luis rips off the cabin defense section with Ellie and David from The Last of Us. Ada has the ability to defy the laws of physics. When Ada came through here in the Separate Ways DLC, there was a wooden wheelbarrow blocking the path to this area. When Leon and Ashley come through here in Chapter 6 of the main campaign, the wooden wheelbarrow is suddenly gone with no explanation.
I am flattered. But I'm a one-lady type of guy.
At this point, Leon, your lines are just as dry as KFC's biscuits.
Guess your tap dancing days are over.
The breach to the castle was down when Leon and Ashley arrived, even though earlier the breach to the castle was up when Ada left the castle at the end of Chapter 1 of the Separate Ways DLC.
Damn it.
This game's poor excuse is why Leon can't contact Hunnigans because of long distance. Never mind the fact that in a later scene, Ada will be able to contact Wesker just fine without any problems.
Leave the girl. She's lost no matter what.
Luis told you earlier in the Separate Ways DLC that both Ashley and Leon are infected with Las Plagas. Why would you be telling Leon to abandon Ashley when you know he's also infected with a parasite? So Ashley's supposed to be crying in this scene, and you can even see drops of tears falling down in a certain shot. However, when you get a look at Ashley, her eyes are not red and puffy and there are no tears running down her face. Wait a minute, where the hell did these 2 Guanados come from? The Guanados that was running towards Leon were not within the area that Leon got trapped in.
I won't run. Wait for me, Leon.
This entire gameplay section where you play as Ashley. Also, playing as Ashley. Okay, this is the last time, I swear, but I cannot get over how amazing this game looks.
Leon, changed your mind yet? Seems like something big is about to go down in the throne room.
How the hell is Ada able to radio Leon? These fly enemies have to be the worst and most annoying enemy types I ever had the displeasure of coming across since the hunters from Resident Evil 1 and 3. The one Resident Evil game I thought wouldn't have a sewer level ends up having a sewer level in the main story and its DLC. Me coming across mediocre sewer levels have to be my biggest curse when playing a Resident Evil game.
This spot will do.
Awfully convenient that Ada finds a spot with 3 yellow barrels.
Can't stand the clingy type.
Well, you might have just disappointed a small chunk of your fan base. This underground mine section of Leon and Luis has to be one of my favorite sections throughout the game. Luis's gun has unlimited ammo. Also, how does Leon have Luis's gun? I don't remember seeing Luis give Leon his gun. Not only that, but after his action set piece on the cart, Leon will no longer have Luis's gun despite Leon not giving it back to Luis after these 2 action set pieces.
You know it means we're almost...
Almost what?
How did you not see Krauser throw a knife at Luis's back?
Krauser just stole the amber. Leon's fighting him now.
How the hell does Luis even know who Krauser is? The game kinda skips over that little detail.
Sounds like he needs me. Leon!
Luis did not yell it to Leon before attempting to shoot Krauser in the main campaign. Ada got on this exact same trolley just moments after Luis's death to go after Krauser, yet for some reason in the main campaign, the trolley is suddenly back as if Ada didn't just use it to get to the clock tower just a moments prior.
However, I'm afraid it ends here. Expel this intruder!
Right, like a couple of Granadas is gonna stop Leon. That worked so well in the past. The Salazar boss fight is pretty much just a carbon copy of the Lady Domitress boss fight from Resident Evil Village. I highly doubt a knife would do that much damage.
I have something to ask you. Raccoon City, you know, after the incident. Have you changed, Ada?
If I were Leon, I would have asked how the hell Ada survived that fall in the nest in Raccoon City.
Whose blood are you here for this time? Mine or Sadler's?
That all depends on you.
Why not just get the amber yourself? You're already here on the island and you're already aware of the several occasions where Ada, a mercenary you hired to get the amber, had been struggling to get it. You even had the nerve to say that Ada was wasting your time by being incompetent, yet you can't do it yourself? You leave the sniper rifle? And just like that, Wesker is miraculously gone after the cutscene.
No food for you!
I'm pretty much a master of unlocking.
Ashley, please, you are not Jill Valentine. Why does Sadler make Ashley shoot his 2 Granadas instead of just making her shoot Leon and be done with it? Before the cutscene, Leon had 12 bullets in his pistol, yet for some reason his gun conveniently runs out of ammo after 2 bullets have been fired. You gotta love that magic of cutscenes. The ground in the freezer room was not like this when Leon came through here. Sadler's toys keep explosive barrels right next to him with a hole in the wall. Quick time events.
Revenge. You think I'm doing all this for revenge?
I mean, you did say in the tape recording that you wanted to put an end to what happened 2 years ago.
It's the perfect place to put an end to what happened 2 years ago.
You need to stop living in the past!
Says a guy who is still tripping over events that happened 2 years prior to when this game takes place. Who opened the gate?
I hate bugs.
Leon! Go!
Ada Ex Machina. Also, why is it that the gun that Ada uses does so much damage to Sadler during this cutscene but doesn't during the Sadler boss fight in the Separate Ways DLC? So during the Sadler boss fight in the Separate Ways DLC, he is actively trying to kill Ada, yet in the cutscene after the Sadler boss fight, when Sadler gets the drop on Ada, he doesn't kill her but just knocks her out and ties her to a hook until Leon arrives.
Ada!
If all you were going to do is shoot the ropes, then you could have easily done that with the sniper rifle you have in your inventory when you first spotted Ada. Let me just grab you with my tentacles and do absolutely nothing while I wait for Ada to swing around and attack me like she's Spider-Gwen.
Leon needs help. Hurry.
Ashley, I thought I told you to get back in the kitchen where you belong. In the Separate Ways DLC, it took Ada around 5 minutes to get the rocket launcher to Leon, while in the main campaign it only took her 1 minute. Riding off into the sunrise cliche.
Just one question. What are you planning to do with this?
Why did you wait the entire game before asking him this question?
100 will give their lives so that just one may live. I am expediting that change.
We're talking millions of casualties.
Billions.
Wesker is dumb enough to reveal his ambitious plan of killing billions of people using the Amber to a random mercenary he hired to get the Amber, and she currently has the Amber in her possession. Then again, this is the same guy who not only shot his crush right in front of Chris, but also kidnapped and locked Jill in the cell in the laboratory under the dispenser bench for no reason.